Hey, this is Aaron, the metal theologian. Alright, so there's kind of some like weird shit going on with some of the people, most of whom we probably all know and respect. So, I don't have anything to say about that. I'm going to be fucked if I'm going to get in the middle of any of the shit that's blowing around right now. But since there's some bad feelings, I figured that what I had to do probably is show some entertaining reggae covers to cheer us all up, because a lot of these things are really fucking hilarious. And some of them are really great records too, but it's funny going through the reggae records to pull some shit out for this and going, this is a great record, but it only has a decent cover, you know, where the shit I'm trying to go for is a shit that's really funny. So we'll just fucking show these bad boys and let the chips fall where they may. I am drinking. I actually did this one once before, kind of a long time ago, but this is one of my favorite sodas, so it bears showing again. This is a Moxie. I understand that this soda is actually really big in Maine, and it has like a bitters thing, which I'm hoping might be good because I'm a little constipated, but it has like a bitters finish, like a fucking, like a Campari or like a San Bitter or something is maybe a better comparison. So it's a really unusual flavor. That's sort of like what you wish a Dr. Pepper tasted like, you know? It has caffeine in it too, which is another good sign. And of course, real sugar. And I'm trying to figure out where they make this shit. It's somewhere in New Hampshire. Bedford, New Hampshire. There we go. So we're going to bust this open. I'm going to have a big fat swill. And then we're going to look at some records, as it should be. God, the shit's good. I mean, it's definitely sweet. You know, it has a soda in there, but there's it's just a really unusual flavor, man. There's nothing else quite like a Moxie. Like I said, probably the closest thing is like that San Bitter shit. There's another brand, the brand that makes those. There's like a bitter orange soda that fuck, I can't remember. I'm trying to like sit here and say it's this company that looks like, and I can't remember the name of the company or exactly what the label looks like. They come in those weird, like, kind of ball-shaped bottles like this, though, but it's not the Orangina. It's like an Italian brand or something, and they make a bitter orange one that's sort of like this. I don't know if I really taste the orange, but I taste the bitter. Right on. That's tasty. Yeah, so I've been thinking about showing off some reggae records anyway for Rob Panique. So this isn't like the reggae video that I've kind of been like envisioning, but I hope we get some laughs out of shit like this. This is actually kind of a classic. I'll bet some of you probably have this, but this is Dr. Allen Tato, best dressed chicken in town. Look at that fucking cover, man. Just fucking standing there. Like, if I ever make a record, my fly is going to be zipped on the fucking cover. So, that's pretty classic. It's actually not that great a record. I'm not that huge a fan. I kind of think this is, I mean, call it overrated when it's not Bob Marley or Peter Tosh. It kind of feels like a stretch with reggae, but that's kind of ordinary DJ shit, I think. I don't really think it's all that solid, but I'll keep it forever for that. This is a Rocksteady one. I'm an absolute sucker for this kind of like cheap like cover art. So look at that. Get ready, Rocksteady. And it's like someone fucking cut these like women out with scissors. I don't know. I think that's a fucking laugh. It's a really good comp actually if you're into Rocksteady shit. You got Alton Ellis with Termites. Ken Booth, shit. Excuse me, goddamn. Sound Dimension. Yeah. Anyway, all right. This is a good one. This is Vital Dub. This is obviously dub. Well Charged. This actually got released as a Revolutionaries record too. That's actually who's playing on this. But look at that. It's like fucking zap, zap, and then the fucking dude, like, he's fucking stoned. Look at that. That's some fucking funny shit right there. That's an awesome record too. Alright, this one I picked. This is a really unusual sounding one. It's like sort of semi-dub. It's like if you took a dub record and put some straight vocals over it, which you really don't ever hear, but this is a Invasion by Sword of Jarmouth. And aside from having one of the funniest band names ever, I kind of love this one. There's a reissue, by the way. Originals are super expensive. But I kind of love this one because this looks like, you know when you go to the thrift store and you find those gospel records in there, like those, like, all those fucking weird-ass, like, churches and, like, the little towns in your state you've never heard of where they put out a fucking Jesus record? They look like this. Look, they're, like, running in a field and shit. This is totally that. It's actually an awesome record. It took me a few listens to really appreciate this one because it's so unusual sounding, but it's a really cool record. But man, what a cheesy ass cover. And fucking, they're looking, okay, so we make our collage with like photos that make us look like we're making a fucking Jesus record. What color should the background be? Oh, pink. Of course, pink. What else? Alright, this is another classic. I mean, look at that. Fucking Uroy, Dread into Babylon. Shit, I mean, what can I even say about that? Here, just look at that again. And look, in case that isn't enough, there's some more fucking shots for you on the back. This is actually really cool press, too. What the hell? I'll show this off real quick. I'm sure you noticed that timing strip on the front, but this is actually really early promo on Virgin. And it has this hype insert in it. There you go. That I've actually only ever seen in this copy of this record, which I did find in the wild once upon a time. Wait, did I? Maybe I sent away for this. I don't fucking know. Didn't pay as much for it though as I would have expected to, given how long it had already been gone by the time I became aware of it. Of course, Uroy's kind of a well-known DJ. Fuck, I think I'm fighting off a cold or something, man. My voice feels all low and shit. Like, maybe I'll do one a day or two and I'll be like fucking, like the fucking narrator on the damn horror movie. Dude, this one's so good, I just want to save it for last. Not fucking, it's already in my hand. This is one of the greatest fucking records ever, I'm telling you. Like, fucking half of Jamaica has sampled this fucking record. This is Yabby U, and the fucking song where the Yabby U name comes from, the guy's name was actually Vivian Jackson, but people wouldn't requested that Yabby U song enough times that he kind of became known as Yabby U. The song's called Conquering Lion, but that and Run Come Rally and fucking... God, this whole fucking record is just so good, man. Everything about it is awesome. It's kind of a cheesy Jamaican press, but this thing's just fantastic. It plays like shit. It's got surface noise up the ass, and it's one of my favorite records, man. You just gotta tolerate it, because it's that fucking good. If you're all, like, hung up on fidelity and shit, you really got no business listening to reggae anyway, because you're not gonna get past the obvious shit. And I'm not an expert, but, there comes a point, not very deep in, where you start having to buy the Jamaican records. And, the fact is, I'm cracking wise about this shit, but it's a poor country, I'm just grateful to pressing records at all, let alone bitching about fucking surface noise and that, so. Yeah, the mobile fidelity treatment would be nice for Yabba U, but I'm not exactly holding my breath. Look at that. Of course, Lee Perry comes up with the goods when it comes to the covers. I've actually got two here. Here's the Upsetter. It's fucking classic, man. Strictly speaking, this is a comp. It's mostly Upsetter's stuff, but it also has one track by Busty Brown and one by the Musketeers. And this is actually late 60s. This is like 69. This is a Trojan release, so, this one sounds pretty good. I don't know that Trojan was the most ethical label on the planet, given some of the stories I've heard around the release of The Good, the Bad, and the Upsetters, but man, what the hell, we got two versions of the record, and they're both awesome. This one's fucking fantastic. The Super Ape is kind of better known, the original Super Ape, but this one, for my money, is a better record. This is one of the first records I got when I first started getting into reggae. This fucking thing just blew my mind. The color on it is so dark, and it just has such a weird sound. They do a cover of Tell Me Something Good by Rufus with Chaka Khan, but what blew me away even more is Bird in Hand, which I, within the last couple of years, learned was actually a cover of a song from an old 50s Indian musical. So, talk about creative source material, but it's a hell of a song that fits right in on the record, and could never quite figure out, I could never understand the lyrics, like, even like a word of it. It's because they're fucking Hindi. Great record, fucking super funny cover. This one is kind of a funny cover by the, I don't know, not bad, a little mediocre, but not top tier, but definitely second tier DJ, the Lone Ranger. It's a good record, but the reason I pulled this out, aside from the fact that it's kind of a cheap and kind of funny looking cover, is that if you look closely on this fucking thing, you can see where they actually pasted over an old cover. Remember about Jamaica being a poor country now? But can you see that shit? Like, there's a fucking, they took a Heptones cover and then just, like, pasted the slick over that one. And now it's a Lone Ranger record. So go figure. I think that's the only record I have that looks quite like that. This is another funny one. There's actually another Virgin one. It's kind of hard to find, too. But this is by the mighty Prince Farai, who's actually one of my favorite guys. But this is the Cry Tough Dub Encounter Part 2. And I don't really understand this cover. It's like there's this fucking, like, barrier. He's just, like, standing there, like, oblivious. And there's this barrier of, like, fucking black, gold, and green that the cop just can't break through, even though he's trying. So I don't know if there's a message there, if someone just drew it and thought it looked cool, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm easily amused, but I think it's pretty funny. And it's an awesome dub record, too. And I've got one last one here by Dave and Ansel Collins. And this is actually not Dave Collins and Ansel Collins. It's Ansel Collins and a guy named Dave. So this should be in your D section if you have a copy. It's kind of a weird thing. So you look at that and kind of go, yeah, it's kind of actually kind of a stupid looking cover. You know, this dumb pun with like the double barrels and, you know, but then you look a little bit more closely and look inside the barrels. And you realize that it's actually fucking hilarious. And then you look a little bit closer and realize it's actually two pictures of the same woman and it's just reversed. Which just like, it's already at the top, it just takes it one step higher. And it makes for a fucking classic record cover right there, man. So, yeah, man, you gotta leave it to, if you really want the comedy gold when it comes to record covers, you have to go to Jamaica. Because the reggae is pretty much where it's at, man. Fucking reggae guys, they know how to make the absolute fucking best out of a low budget. So anyway, relatively short video, especially by my verbose standards, but hope you got a couple of laughs, maybe a little break from all the serious shit and people leaving the VC and all this other stuff that's kind of not really fun. So there you go, man. You might even want to spin a couple of these because it's kind of hard to be in a bad mood when you're listening to a fucking dub record, I gotta say. Anyway, have fun. I'll see you soon.